the night. The night when a primal, sacred need calls to me. I've waited and waited, but tonight, this night, it's time. It's the night I finally sleep. There's this cliche where serial killers are always described as quiet, kept to himself, kind of a loner. And it's a cliche for a reason. Dexter Morgan, good suburban husband, happy father of 3. On paper, anyway. Quinn's a good cop. I need a good kill. And sometimes one just falls into your lap. Finally, peace and quiet. No crying baby, no Marco, no Polo. Just me and blood. And Mr. Benito Gomez, where to find a washed-up boxer like you? Trailer park. Great. Kids, neighbors, more kids. Sounds like my world. But this, the only still open for business establishment in a lonely strip mall, that's kind of calling to me. This feels good. First up today, finish the Lisa Bell blood work. Tonight, a little Benny Gomez recon. Then go home and sing the last 95 verses of America the Beautiful to my baby son. Who knew life could get so unsimple? My dark passenger is like a trapped coal miner, always tapping, always letting me know it's still in there, still alive. Quinn's legwork may have shown me where to find our friend, but this, Benny, my blood work is the stuff that seals your fate. Shut down for decades, way out of town. I'm liking this. Broken down boxer, broken down arena. A fitting place for a punk like Benny Gomez to go down for the count. The perfect husband would have gotten rid of his old apartment, but I kill people. Not exactly the perfect husband. The land, the time, and Florida Electric. Forgot. Look at this place. All the cheering, all the triumph, all the blood. All for sport. Until tonight. I had Benny Gomez on the ropes and let him slip away. No way I can go to that bar again. Officer Alphabet made sure of that. Which means I grab Benny where he lives. A higher degree of difficulty, but I don't have a choice. If I want to be around for my son, I have to do this right. I'm killing for 2 now. Aspirin, caffeine, whatever it takes. If I fall asleep, it's over. And I'm not talking concussion. If they find Benny in my car, it's lethal injection time.
Cody, you butt.
And I need one slow day at the job where nobody gets murdered. I already have a killer to clean up after. Me. More like self-preservation. Last thing I need right now is Frank Lundy, rock star FBI profiler, standing between me and Benny Gomez. No crime scene tape, no coroner's van. That bodes well. Unless SWAT's lying in wait for me. The bag's still there? Wait, a bag, not the 6 it takes to hold a body. My kill tools. If they're here and Benny isn't, he must have been thrown from the car. I have to get to the crash site. The boxing arena's at the next off-ramp, but I still have miles to go before I sleep. Bits and pieces. Memory fragments. All I have from last night. Looks like I got the job done. Almost. Blood. I was off my game. Sloppy. With Harry's code ingrained in me, cleaning a kill room should be automatic. The code etched into my memory to ensure survival. What would I do if I couldn't properly dispose of a body? I'd hide it. I investigate crime scenes all the time. But this one, my crime scene, it's giving me nothing. Damn it. Focus. Track it. Where did I go from here? The pharmacy. Harrison's earache medicine. The only stop I made before the crash. The only stop I remember. Bank holdup, alligator in backyard. Kidnapped 3-year-old found safe, but no body parts turning up. Lundy thinks he can predict the future, but I'm more interested in the past. My past. I already cleaned this, that I remember. Now it makes sense. Harry was reminding me the whole time. I was reminding myself the whole time. The backyard barbecue. It's a holdover from the last ice age when food was scarce and men had to work together to take down such a large beast. Those who worked well with others survived. And their genes have been passed down through the centuries until they landed here, in this, my community.
My chops are busted.
The danger of community is that the people who don't belong are looked upon with suspicion. Those of us who prefer to work by ourselves, the lone wolves, risk being singled out.
Cody, what's that?
I'm scared.
So I become an expert at blending in, camouflaging myself, becoming one of the guys.
Aster, what's that?
Mid-30s, I'm guessing.
If this is the latest victim of Lundy's Trinity killer, then he's a very different monster than I am.
Cause of death?
Gravity.
Why her? Why here? What is Trinity's code? Does he have one?
No sign of a struggle. No
30 years ago.
I make my bodies disappear. Trinity leaves his out in the open, supremely confident that no one will ever trace them to him. Decade after decade after decade. As long as the neighborhood vandal keeps my neighbors on edge, I will have no privacy. And I'm not going to let you do that to me, Jesse. Ah, solitude. Something I won't enjoy again until I deal with Jesse, the neighborhood shithead. Rita thinks I'm with the neighborhood watch. Truth is, I'm gonna do a little more than watch. There's Dad, off to his weekly poker game. And if I were the delinquent son, I would take advantage of my father's absence. Going after him feels very familiar, except it won't have its usual satisfying ending. The best I can do is scare a little sense into this kid. It's watch and report, assholes, not watch and chase. This is so humiliating. It's one of those moments when I wish I was like everyone else. I'm sure other people would know what to say. Jesse, hard at work. Big surprise. I'm gonna wait in your room and scare the shit out of you. Jesse, if you're in here. Andy. Apparently I'm not the only one who isn't exactly what he seems. Bad news for Andy is he's lost his house. Good news for me is he'll be out of the neighborhood. Why should I care about him? It's his world. People like him made it this way. At least he had a chance to belong. Three days, 72 precious hours to recharge my batteries. Of course, Rita doesn't know I'll be recharging with another woman. Officer Zoe Kruger, Pembroke Pines Patrol. 8 months ago, Officer Kruger's husband and daughter were killed during a home invasion. Zoe was shot in the arm and foot. She survived, obviously. But there was one person who thought it was Zoe herself who killed her family. The one person who always knows the truth of a crime. The blood guy. Zoe's husband, shot in the stairway. Her daughter in her bedroom. Zoe said she was shot twice wrestling the shooter's gun from him and turned it on him as he fled. Zoe said she aimed at Darius Ray but only winged him. But Zoe always hits her targets. Just ask her husband and daughter. I'm feeling recharged already. As a cop, Zoe's been to plenty of crime scenes. She knows what should be there and what shouldn't. No prints in the blood on the door, which means she wore gloves. She was still wearing gloves when she shot herself, but they were gone when the EMTs arrived. Where'd you leave those gloves, Zoe? Poker night at home. Zoe's police family surrounds her on and off the job. Between her buddy system and her security system, her house will be difficult to break in tonight. But not tomorrow. I do have one question. Where did Zoe stash her gloves? I'm sure they're long gone, but they could have left trace evidence. She swiped the door with blood here. Shoots herself, collapses. Crawls toward the kitchen to call 911. Did she burn them? If the gloves melted, there'd be residue on the underside of the grate. A little girl's dream. Follow the blood. Follow the blood. Zoe crawled into the kitchen, grabbed the counter to pull herself up, then reached for the phone, giving her a perfect opportunity to use the garbage disposal. Blue nitrile, the same material found in police protective gloves. If the glove fits. On vacation, we buy snow globes, send postcards to preserve the good times, remind us where we've been. Zoe's crime scene had its own memento. A glove whose rolled cuff preserved the gunshot residue after she shot herself. And blood. Odds are it belongs to the late Darius Ray. Ah, Zoe, wish you were here. But since you're not, I'll come to you. I should get to Pembroke Pines just in time to follow Officer Kruger home. This time she won't come in a squad car. This time it won't be about threats and intimidation. This time it's for real. They're all props. The camouflage of a family man. She'll believe them. She has no idea who I am, but I know exactly who she is. Marco. Polo. She's going to make it look like I walked in on a home robbery, got myself killed. She's good at creating the narrative of a crime. If Deb dies, I'll be lost.
Paramedics think the bullets are...
Lundy was a worthy adversary. He deserves better than to be face down in a hotel parking lot. A random victim of a senseless crime.
I'm sorry about that, man.
I may not know who shot my sister, or why her life was spared. But I do know I won't be returning the favor. Rita was right. Family does come first. Finding who did this to my sister comes first. Is this a new page of the code? Revenge. My sanctuary. It's private and sacred no more. If I have to give up this place, what will I do about my roommate? The dark passenger. This apartment is the only thing that's helped me keep the mask in place. Without it, I'll burst.
And then he strikes.
Trinity struck here 30 years ago. A bartender, father of two, was found bludgeoned to death in the men's room of a tavern at the same address. If history is going to repeat itself, this is where Trinity will be.
Problem is, you have no idea who you're looking for.
While everyone's chasing their tails over Nicky Wald, I'm going after the man who really shot my sister. In a few hours, the enigma that is Trinity will be on my table, a riddle wrapped in plastic. No way I lose you again, Trinity. The Miami nobody sees.
He's scurrying back to whatever hole he crawled out of.
The lone wolf thinks this is over. What the hell's he doing? Where are you going, Trinity? He's not getting away. He doesn't belong here. It doesn't make sense. Lundy was wrong. I was wrong. Neither of us knew pieces of the puzzle were missing. Trinity's a husband, a father. He's like me. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Hour by hour, the spitting image of a normal man. Up at 6 a.m. Breakfast, 7 a.m. Work, 8:30. Study session, shaping young minds, even on a Saturday. Noon lunch with faculty, out at 3, dinner at 6. Father, husband, teacher, deacon, all in the name of blending in. Camouflage is nature's craftiest trick. This is what makes a home. The noise of happy children, the warmth of a full house, the chill of an angry wife. I'm doing everything I can to save my family, and I'm still failing. Rita's picturing her life without me, and I can't picture mine without her, or the kids. Harrison.
Is that the hammer?
No, you won't. Arthur Mitchell isn't in any of our police databases. I already ran him. He's squeaky clean. He hides the real him, except from those ashes. He can only be honest with the dead. She wants a partner. One who can open up. Okay, I'll share. About what? Work. Spatter analysis? No, something personal. Trinity. Too personal. Food? I'm hungry. I could tell her that.
We're out of bread again.
Arthur's kept this up for what, 28 years? My family may not last 20 minutes. Warmth, intimacy, he's convincing. But why the show? I'm the only one watching. Unless it's more than just camouflage. That's honest affection, sustained for years. But he's like me, how does he do it? I will kill him, I need to. But right now I need to save my family more. His cycle is over. It'll be a while before he kills again, so he's not an immediate threat. And I have so much to learn. His family keeps him safe, but these ashes leave him exposed. Maybe this is how I get to the truth. The murder weapon. He's using it out in the open for all the world to see. Not something I would do. But Arthur has tools that I don't. Hey! This is Arthur Mitchell at his core. Is there something in his DNA that lets him keep a family? Some magic gene I'm missing? This is the last of it. My dark passengers, stuff, and the reason I can't let go of my apartment. If I don't figure out how to hide this, I'm going to lose my family. Trinity has the answer. He's kept his family close, even after death. Who did you lose, Arthur? "1959, 16. Vera Mitchell. sister of Arthur Mitchell, found dead in a bathtub. Marcia Mitchell. 1961. 40. Jumped to her death off the Collins Canal Bridge. Henry Mitchell. 1964. 45. Died in an alley of a fatal head wound. Sister, mother, father. He's recreating their deaths, decade after decade. Cycles of 3. I watched my mother get sawed into pieces. Now I cut people up. We both have skeletons, which means we both get a closet to keep them in. Arthur has a closet. I know almost everything about you, Arthur, except where you hide. Ready or not, here I come. Tacky, but normal. His secrets must be under lock and key. Not the dirty laundry I'm looking for.
Shit.
Arthur has a place to put his lamp. The dates and locations from Lundy's books. Arthur's been using four walls builds around the country as a cover to kill. And these are his trophies. Hanging right up here on the wall just like his hammer in the garage. His blood slides. He doesn't need a secret apartment. He's hiding in plain sight right in the center of his family. I'm the one who's lurking in the shadows. And here she is, Arthur's own dark passenger. His sister Vera. The tank is low, but then she's been on the road for 30 years.
Kyle?
Hiding in plain sight is one thing, but this is your weak spot. What happens when it's exposed? Come out, whoever you are.
Okay, let's have a look at that.
Thank you. I became a husband, a father. I had to evolve. It was the only way to survive.
I have something else I want to give you.
Being myself in front of my family will take some getting used to, but Arthur was right. It does feel good. There's a moment sailors call slack tide, when the tide is neither coming in nor going out, but perfectly still. It's a moment frozen in time, when all is calm and peaceful. The only downside to it is that it passes so quickly.
Morgan.
Dear Abby, I'm a serial killer and need advice on how to keep my kids from taking over my life. No, there's only one person who can help me. Not my mother. Deborah's headed in the wrong direction. But when she realizes that and gets headed the right way, Laura Moser leads to Brian Moser, leads to the ice truck killer, leads to Harry Morgan. So many little stepping stones that lay a path directly to the real me. Let me know how. Pirate! And now Dexter Morgan and 4 skinny boys. Harry used to take me camping. If I can't kill Jonathan Farrow tonight, at least I can make the most of my time with Cody. Man has always been drawn to the sea. But it's an unnatural setting for us, a place of great danger. Tides, currents, waves, wind, each presenting their own hazards, none of which can be ignored. The slightest lapse of judgment can be a mistake you might never recover from. But a good sailor doesn't fight against these elements. A good sailor works with them, using them to his advantage, while others less fortunate might be forever cast adrift, often in several pieces. He always comes home safely. What the hell? So I made a mistake. It could have happened to anyone. Well, any murderer. Not that murderers typically care whether their victims are innocent or not. But why is it eating at me? Jonathan Farrow, S&M photographer. Abuser of women. Asshole. But not a killer, not up to Harry's code. Yet I killed him. Now I'm uncomfortable. It should have been Arthur Mitchell on my table. Trinity, shooter of my sister. I should have. No should haves. I don't do should haves. That's not me. This isn't me. I just need to stop thinking about it.
Jonathan Farrow.
The Trinity Killer. This is good. There's no question of his guilt. And I could use some certainty.
Hey, Jonah, how those wheels holding up?
There's the where and the when. An out-of-town kill. Trinity's own M.O. How poetic.
Well, happy travels. Take care, Kyle.
Now I need to come up with my own where and when to convince my boss and my wife to let me leave. All I need is some convention that smells a little like blood spatter. Something science-y. Break-in muffler exhibit? No. Knitting and needlepoint convention? No blood there unless someone impales themselves. A trade show convention? Oh, convention on conventions. What does one pack for an out-of-town kill? Gotta travel light, can't raise suspicion. I just need a reliable tool, something I can count on.
It's good for the soul.
All the more proof I have no soul. Doing good deeds, scoring points with God. You and I are way beyond the point system, Arthur. The best deed I can do is rid the world of you. A fitting kill room, small, but I'll be cutting him down to size. I just need to pick up a few supplies. How will it make me feel better? Could he have some kind of formula for remorse or something? If anyone does, it'd be him. It's not like I can't kill him tomorrow night. He's on foot. With his tools. The four walls built. A little early, but walking distance. Empty. No security. Just me, Arthur, and a little M99. No more confessions, no more good deeds, and no more fucking remorse. What are you doing? No, you're mine.
This isn't how you die.
Let go!
Why keep him alive just to kill him? But as long as it's by my hand. I've killed an innocent man and I've saved a guilty one. I won't make that mistake again. Is that the purpose of remorse, to keep you from repeating mistakes?
You're watching me.
A changed man at peace with himself. Maybe only monsters feel no regret. If erring is human, then remorse must be too. Wait, does that make me human? Huh. Guess I'm having 2 turkey dinners this year. The DNA sweep didn't give them Trinity, but it did bring in a cornucopia of criminals. That should keep Miami Metro off the Trinity case through the holiday. Deb won't be anywhere near as easy.
I'm sorry, Dex, but I'm spending...
This room's kind of young for a teenager. Are those to keep someone out? Or keep someone in? His daughter in here. Not all happy families are alike. They are happy, aren't they? Are they normal kids? How can you tell a loving wife from a frightened one? A friendly neighbor, coworker, sister, son. Are any of them what they seem? Or are they little bombs waiting to explode?
Happy Thanksgiving.
A hypodermic needle, the perfect drug delivery system. Rapid, efficient, especially in the right hands. Serial killer, remember? Well, a little pain now means a lot less later on. I should know. I had my chance to eliminate Arthur early on. I didn't, and now...
You ready?
I didn't remember what happened to me as a child. Until I was forced to. Keeping my tools in a shipping container makes more sense than a backyard shed. After all, it's where my dark passenger was born. And after tonight, it's where Arthur Mitchell will call home. Arthur's a man of ritual, like me. Gas up the car, quick stop at Starbucks, choir practice. And that's where I'm going to take him when he's alone in the parking lot of his church. Wait, why isn't he stopping? I know that look. I'm not the only one on a stalk. But it's too soon. Arthur just finished his last kill cycle. By saving his life, have I set it all in motion again? Arthur's ritual, like mine, was born in the past. The past is where I'll find him. His last cycle of kills took place in New Orleans. Matthew Hicks, 10 years old, went to the local pool, never came home. 5 days before, a woman was found murdered in her bathtub. Before. Arthur could have that boy anywhere. And now there'll be an army of police and volunteers surrounding his parents to help find their son. I need to be one of them. If Arthur picked this particular boy for a reason, I need to know. I'm the only one here who knows what happened. I could point the police in Arthur Mitchell's direction. But the slightest misstep on their part ensures this family is never whole again. But will I? I killed an innocent man when I left the campsite that night. Now Rita and Cody have been drawn into defending a lie. My lie. Trinity's not the only one using his family as human shields.
You out of your fucking mind?
With all the DNA samples from my sister's sweep, there should be one bad guy I can cast in the role of Trinity. But I'm striking out. Arthur Mitchell's in Miami, and he's looking for me. Another death of an innocent man that I'm responsible for. Where are you, Mr. Beaudry? Making a delivery in Jacksonville, due back late tomorrow? Or if I leave now, I can be in Jacksonville by midnight and cut the time, and him, in half.
You can't just disappear all night, Dexter.
It's slightly unbelievable that Beaudry would even own a toothbrush, but I'm gonna go for it. And now the final piece of the puzzle. I think I'm done. Stan Beaudry is now the Trinity Killer. Love thy neighbor. Bullshit. He knows my name, occupation. He can find out about my family. My family. What the hell have I done? Can't wait to be with my family. Can't wait to be done with Arthur Mitchell. I just need a clue where he's headed. Receipts, drugstore, auto shop estimate, dry cleaner, groceries, gas, no bus, train, or plane tickets. Only one other place I can check.
In my life.
I've been good for her. And Rita says I'm good for her and the kids. No one would ever say that about Arthur. Maybe Harry's wrong. Maybe things could turn out differently for me.
Morgan.
I wonder if Rita's looking at this same moon at this same moment. I like that. Connected by light. The dark passenger's been fighting against it, trying to keep me all to himself. But it's my turn now. To get what I want. To embrace my family. And maybe one day not so long from now, I'll be rid of the dark passenger. It all begins with a getaway. Time away from the old me. It's okay. Life doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be lived. Born in blood. Both of us. Harry was right. I thought I could change what I am, keep my family safe. But it doesn't matter what I do, what I choose. I'm what's wrong. This is fate.